Some time ago, I found my mother tearing up papers that she no longer used, and it made me think, does paper have any alternative use besides being utilized as a disposable writing media? And it also made me worry about the state of the animals' habitat surrounding the trees which are cut down to be utilized as a material for the paper. The Indonesian pulp and paper industry is an industry that contributes significantly to the Indonesian economy, but that doesn't always turn out well. With the increase in Indonesia's paper use, more trees are being cut down in response to this demand. Indonesia is ranked second for the country with the fastest deforestation rate in the world, and therefore an action must be taken so that it can be reduced. My name is Nasha Tandiono. I am a student of Citati Christian Senior High School West Surabaya, and my research is titled Seed Paper, a biodegradable and plantable writing paper. In this presentation, the word seed paper is often referred to, but what is a seed paper? Seed paper is a type of handmade paper containing fruit, vegetable, or plant seeds. These seeds can germinate after the paper-making process, and they can grow when the paper is planted in the soil. So in this research, the Scirpus grosus plant was used as a raw material in the making of the seed paper. Scirpus grosus is an invasive aquatic plant that usually grows in wetland habitats. Scirpus grosus contains 61.8% of cellulose and 26.1% of lignin, making it suitable as a raw material for paper making. The research objectives for this research are as follows. Number 1, to determine whether the Scirpus grosus plant as well as small seeds from vegetables, fruits, and flowers such as green spinach seeds, watermelon seeds, and helianthus flower seeds can be utilized as a substrate in the making of a seed paper. And 2, to investigate the effects of this research's variables, such as the amount of sodium carbonate used towards the quality of the seed paper that will be produced later on. And with this research, it is hoped that environmental problems and the rate of deforestation in Indonesia can be reduced by the push to seek alternatives to pulp-free paper making that are not made of wood fibers in this research. The experiment designed for this research is as follows. And here's the research methodology for my research. So first, 27.5 grams of dried Scirpus grosus plant leaves are mashed into small powdery pieces before being cooked together with sodium carbonate, along with 200 milliliters of water at 140 degrees Celsius for 15 minutes. After 15 minutes, the mixture of the Scirpus grosus plant and sodium carbonate is cleansed under running water to remove the chemicals in the mixture. The starch solution, which is 1 gram of starch mixed with 50 milliliters of water, is blended with the Scirpus grosus and sodium carbonate mixture using an electronic blender. The mixture is spread on a mold and decal tool using a sponge or a rolling pin. Green spinach seeds, watermelon seeds, or helianthus flower seeds, one of the 3 for each paper, are added to the mixture evenly. And after 5 to 7 days, the mixture should have dried and formed a paper-like shape and texture. Testing is required to see whether the paper meets the SNI standard. The paper should also be planted to prove that the seed paper can produce green spinach, watermelon, or helianthus flower seedlings when planted. The results for this experiment are as follows. Unfortunately, due to the current circumstances of a pandemic, the researcher cannot obtain as many results as planned before. But from the results above, we can conclude that as the amount of sodium carbonate increases, the tensile strength increases as well. This is because sodium carbonate polymerizes the paper, which results in the construction of a strengthening network of paper fibers. The slight deviation in sample size results could be caused by it not being thoroughly dried yet, producing a brittle state of seed paper. So in conclusion, the Scirpus grosus plant as well as green spinach and Tafuma F1 watermelon seeds can be utilized as a substrate in the making of a biodegradable and plantable seed paper. And the paper's tensile strength is affected by the amount of sodium carbonate utilized in the paper's making. And as the amount of sodium carbonate increases, the tensile strength increases as well. The future work for this research includes, number 1, to continue the research by making more samples of seed paper with the Scirpus grosus plant and other vegetable, fruit, and flower seeds as its substrate, and 2, to determine the effects of other variables on the paper's quality and the resulting seed paper's plant growth, and 3. To carry out further tests on the paper and to determine the effects of other vegetable, plants, and fruit seeds on the quality of plant growth from the resulting seed paper that will be produced later on. And lastly, to determine whether the Scirpus grosus plant can also be utilized as a substrate to produce seed paper bags and cardboard boxes, and it will also use fruit, vegetables, and plant seeds. Save our trees, save our animals. A seed paper a day keeps deforestation away. Thank you very much for listening to my presentation.